Thank you for coming to meet with me. I'd like to ask you a question about flipping the classroom.
Okay.
How does flipping the classroom differ from more traditional styles of teaching?
The term in terms of the notion of more traditional uses of the classroom has to do with using lectures as a strong form of how we use the classroom, in which somebody stands up and talks to somebody about a subject. Flipping the classroom is not different for a lot of people who use a lot of active learning methods. Active learning methods being using discussions, using some types of role plays, using the board in terms of some types of interactive usage and connections with the students, having students work on workshops. All of those active learning methods, when you talk about flipping the classroom, there's not really a difference. It's really in what the traditional sense is of giving lectures. And that is that we're replacing the lectures with something outside of the class where you would view the lectures and come into classroom and focus on just those things that are active learning. The notion of flipping has been strongly associated with STEM types of classes, STEM being science, technology, engineering, and math, because there's been a lot more tradition in those classes of using a lecture style format and then having recitation sessions or quiz sections or lab sections in which to do the work or to do homework outside of class. And so flipping the classroom is really new more in the STEM field than it is to a lot of other subject areas like history or that, where they may have already been doing largely active and not just sitting up there and providing communication about what a subject is in terms of the knowledge. The notion of flipping the classroom is to try to remove students out of the passive role. And that information can be communicated in perhaps a lot better ways by noted people who are much better at orating about a particular subject, or students reading about it online, or going to websites online, whatever it might be in terms of trying to get the information. So flipping is the transfer of knowledge happens outside of the classroom, and the classroom itself is then used to understand the information, explore the information in more depth, do workshops, do discussions, actually do homework in class to get help on it instantly rather than doing the homework outside of class and then having to come back or struggle with not understanding it, but getting that help, that tutorial help in the classroom, and instead watching a video lecture or watching whatever else outside the classroom, using that time to learn about the subject to come in. I think a lot of people can think about their experiences that they've had in the traditional classroom that we're talking about in terms of lectures, in which you may be sitting there doodling or today Facebooking or whatever else. You're not necessarily paying as much attention. And so that's part of the goal is to make it more interactive, make it more valuable, the interaction that you're having with faculty and the subject during the class time, rather than that less productive time that a lot of students haven't gotten out of the lecture.
Okay. Well, that's very neat to hear, and thank you for your time.
Thank you.